There's a ball jarred loose, no chance to reel it in with how heavy that wood was laid.
And you love to see it from Ibariamin Eaglin, rest in peace. Makes the huge hit right there.
That'll bring out Charles Franz, the leg, who's having a spectacular season so far as a rookie kicker, to punt this one away. He gets the boot under it. This will be returned, brought out to midfield. They say he got just 1 yard shy of it. Decent attempt at the return, but only to the 49 for Nolan Pierce. Take a moment to introduce the Sin City Samurai defense. Defensive line is Gary Burney, Mike All, LL Volt, Rose Steele. Linebackers Mark Gronick, Gary Clem, Kevin Brackett. Corners Evan Lacey, Zachary Hamburger, Terrence Parsons, Joshua Durr, along with safeties Kanye Rockefeller, J.J. Bailey, and Bo Martin Jr. Run to the left side for Carolina is going for 5 yards because of a tough effort by Riley Quintero.
Yep, and to everyone who's just joining us today, welcome back to the ball game. The first score by Sid City. Quick recap by Talon Steele. Not Talon Steele, Bob Lung on the huge reception for a touchdown.
Run to the left side for Prasad. He tries to get somewhere, just fit his way in through to get a 1 yard gain, but nothing much doing beyond that. And there's some incredible responses by Sin City to the run game. Every time Carolina tries to attack, they seem to respond.
Yeah, and it's forcing Carolina to line up in third and medium, third and long. This is third and medium for them, slightly more manageable. But Sin City, look at the line. There's 5 potentially rushing.
And it will be a pass here for Dunhill, who has all kinds of time. Throws left side, takes the check down, but that's underneath. How did he get there? Somehow, some way, wheeling and dealing, Vince DeSantis turns around, not on a dime, more like on a dollar bill, to get upfield.
I was going to say, and a good challenge here, as I thought when he made the turn there, Alex, he might have stepped out of bounds too wide on the turnaround.
Well, let's take a retroactive look at the play. Get your console to play SFL on the go at goretroid.com. And we get the angle here from DeSantis going upfield. And there's the foot. Oh, no.
It's out. What an angle right here.
We get it clear as day. We know this call is going to be overturned. Carolina does not see that, or Sin City does not get charged a timeout, and importantly, Carolina does not get the first down.
Good job on head coach Joshua Durr for Sin City making that challenge and turning this possession around. A first down turns into a punt.
So this is the second drive for Carolina that does end up stalling out in this manner. Sin City's defense seems to have all the answers so far tonight. Another beautiful bouncer and retrieved by an incredibly skilled foot right there. The man himself boots it downfield, goes and grabs it himself. Why not? Who can stop him?
That's the second incredible punt by Malone Brown tonight.
Currently working on winning the field position battle all by himself. Scar Patterson has to take over from the 8-yard line. Trips to his right. Toss play to the right side. And there's one broken tackle. What is with these halfbacks today? Who fed them Wheaties? Someone check the cereal boxes.
I mean, it's also so hard to defend the run against that formation. They line up with 4 wide receivers, so you got to try to match that with your defense. That leaves you with fewer linebackers. Danny Stinson, the only linebacker there to make the tackle, and it's a 4-yard gain for Sin City.
And this time, another run to the right side. More room to run this time, but but an incredible response by the linebackers flowing to that open space off tackle.
Stinson again with back-to-back tackles on the running backs of Sin City. He forces 3rd and 5 for Carolina. We'll see if this secondary, because I think there's going to be a pass here from the secondary of Carolina defended.
3rd and 5. Scar Patterson will throw. Rolls to his right. Throwing over the middle. Almost intercepted. The Skyhawks took to the skies. Big wings reaching out outstretched, but Shravan Prasad couldn't come down with it.
Chauvin with a great jump and deflection. He's up to 8 pass deflections, already has 6 interceptions, almost his 7th there. He is hungry for the turnover.
Chauvin looking for it, couldn't find it that time, but still forces 4th down. The punt is coming from deep inside the end zone, but still comes well outside across the 40. What a leg. And now the 49-yard line. I've seen this before. We'll see if we have a different outcome.
Yeah, we've seen this, so have Carolina. The question is, will they change anything or will they keep banging their head on the wall with the same attack again?
And it feels like, not to put a too fine point on it, but Riley Quintero is having a great day so far. 3 carries, 17 yards. Harish is not. And it will be a call here to the right side, a run for Riley Quintero, who finally gets bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Only 1 yard.
Only 1 yard right here. If they're going to run it here, it's going to be with Harish, very likely. I think that is him in the backfield, and the same formation double set here.
Be a pass instead. Dunhill under pressure, gets it away, and that is across the sticks. A quick hitting route that gets reeled in with almost no time to spare for Adam Banks.
Yeah, Adam Banks, great route right here, cutting to the inside and just above the linebacker you see right there. And so when thrown to him, the linebacker got his hip swayed the other way, unable to deflect the pass. It's a 1st and 10. Great play by Carolina on that one.
We've got a weak eye spread look for Carolina on this one. And it will be a handoff up the gut. Prasad, no, Quintero breaks a tackle but gets met by a second body, can only get 3. And that's just a tough instance to try and get anything more than what you're given.
Yeah, I mean, the center too provided a nice initial block, but the linebackers collapsed quickly, and it's only a 3-yard gain. Could have been 6.
2nd and 7, handoff left side, all kinds of space.
Wow.
Prasad lowers the shoulder, puts one man on his back, and rumbles to sway forward, and now Carolina's inside the red zone.
I think he might have ears in the booth here, Alex. When he heard you say that Harish is struggling, he said, let me lay lumber on this one guy to prove Alex wrong.
Harish Prasad, and I took that personal. 2025. Strong eye spread this time. Once again, the nickel seems to be Sin City's preferred answer to this 3 receivers looks. Fakes the blitz. It's only 4. Deep bomb. Dunhill gets it deep, but it's socked out. How? No, Chris Curtis, the normally reliable hands.
Normally reliable. He is also the number 1 as far as reception goes for the team and yards. And it was just such a good hit by the Sin City defender there. It's 2nd and 10. The closer they get to the end zone, the narrower this field gets. That was as best a chance they could have gotten.
Just outside the red zone. Running to his left is Dunhill. Firing over the middle. And there's a lurking samurai who swats it from the sky. Kevin Brackett with the pass deflection.
And Brackett finding himself downfield, deflecting the pass. You more commonly see him upfield in the line of scrimmage in the face of the quarterback. And he finds himself there. Perhaps Dunhill not expecting him over there as well.
3rd and 10 here from the 22-yard line. Rolling to the right this time is Dunhill. Throwing over the middle again, and he gets it. Fitting the window in there. Adam Banks once again turns it into 1st and goal.
Yeah, he wants everyone to make it heard loud and clear. Adam Banks is here to play. And he just runs a drag route. The zone, a little stationary perhaps, and you also got to credit Alex, Marcus Dunhill, finding the gap and throwing a dot to his wide receiver. What a play.
Couldn't agree more. That's a picture-perfect throw and a tight window to fit it in. Now he's operating 1st and goal, eye spread. It'll be a run to the right side for Quintero, who breaks a tackle. The second cleanup is there, but he still moves the sticks forward just a little bit. About 2 yards, I'd say.
Just a little bit. Good decision to run to the right side. There were extra rushers on the left, so they avoided that. Good read, but fortunately, Sin City is just so good in cleaning up with those tackles.
Samurai trying to bend, but don't break with a goal line front. Run to the left side for Prasad, who gets met. Does not get the shoulder lowered this time. Cannot put a very angry Gary Clem on his back.
Yeah, Clem there making the tackle. I think Brackett also made himself in the backfield, but just missed, so Clem had to clean it up.
Goal line formation from the 2.5, up the gut, shoulders lowered, but the Skyhawks get blasted backwards. Sin City stands strong.
And that's why his name's Bracket. He's gonna bracket you up with his defense, clamp you down, and not allow a 3-yard rushing touchdown.
And that will be your first quarter in the books, folks. Carolina on the verge of scoring at 0 currently, but we expect 3. Samurai on top with 7. I am Alex Weston. With me here in the booth is Mark Lopez. In the stats truck, we have Takeda Yuki and Tristan Hatley. On the buttons is Commissioner Cameron Irvine as this field goal is up and in. Little chip shot makes it 7-3. Skyhawks in front.
What a drive, Alex. Great offense by Carolina. Yet Sin City, the perfect definition of bend. Not great.
Kick is up and well out of the end zone. Great touchback there. Great touchback there. Folks, rooms are going fast for the 2025 SFL convention, kicking off the league's 25th anniversary season. It's July 10th to the 13th. If you want to go, you need to book your stay now. Join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency. You can reserve your room now at the special group rate at simfl.net. 1st and 10 here. 3 receivers set. Back to pass is Patterson. Throwing left side, almost intercepted. One Skyhawk got their hand on the football. Another Skyhawk decided, I'm going to hit the receiver since it's legal now. The ball falls to the turf.
Actually, Alex, that was the same defender for Carolina. Skippy, who made the deflection, turns around and then tackles the receiver.
Skippy on the loose. Run up the middle this time. Delayed handoff this time. Catches everyone flat-footed. Robert Johnson picks up 5 on that one. 3rd and 5. Playbook feels open, but smells like a pass.
It does smell like a pass. Here, 3rd and medium. And the lineup as well. 3 wideouts, unless they have some weird toss play to attack the outside there.
Could be a funky option out of the eye spread, but no, it will be a pass. Patterson throwing to the left side, and that is broken up. Too many Skyhawks everywhere. Gray jerseys blanketing the white ones. And can I just say, why do we have the home team in grays? What is it? Who signed off on this? I'm not happy about it.
I don't know if they were going with gray of... I can't come up with anything here, Alex. Gray for Skyhawks. Are they gray?
Could be a number of things, folks, but let me tell you something. Aerial coverage of today's game is provided by DAGS DroneWorks, aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com. 1st and 10 here for Dunhill, trying to give Carolina the lead. They have been behind since he threw an interception on that opening drive and Sin City took advantage. Since then, there's been only the 3 points scored. Run to the right side, all kinds of space. Quintero hits that hole with authority and gets 5 yards on 1st down. Love it.
Me too. You gotta love running against the nickel defense. 1 linebacker short for the defense, and you take advantage by attacking the outside where you have, fewer linebackers to try to defend.
Big jumbo eye set against a 4-3. It will be another run, this time for Quintero, or Prasad, who gets in the hole. They give him 2 yards. Clem gets the tackle there. 3rd and 3, though. Now it's a little spicy here. You could run, but it feels like they're going to stack the line.
And it's a split back here, so anything can happen here. Twin set. Look at that. Double on the outside. And deep receivers, they run.
They played everyone, and Quintero gets the 1st down. The receiver to the left was all smoke and mirrors.
Absolutely smoke and mirrors. It's funny, they were worried perhaps for a deep pass. You saw the cornerbacks sat deep in coverage, but no, it's just a run down the middle.
And it's another run, this time the right side. 4
wow.
out there. It doesn't matter. Look, Harish Prasad is on the loose. These blocks are getting established. Carolina has figured out something.
Yeah, number 87, the tight end, Mikael Ricks for Carolina. The downfield block there at the tail end of the replay, just enough blocking by even the backup.
Everyone putting in all they've got because everyone knows this game matters. 2nd and 3 here with all kinds of hands on the line. We've got a car crash incoming, folks. 2nd and 3, left side.
Oh,
Big push. And no, Mr. Inches makes his first appearance tonight. 3rd and.
Mr. Inch. I did not know Zachary Hamburger's name was Mr. Inches.
Well, it is a game of inches, and so we'll see if they can pick those inches up here. Once again, run it back. Big push.
Oh.
Carolina gets it at the line of scrimmage and forces their way across. Quintero moves the chains.
And it's just simple. They needed an inch. They got a couple yards there. Trying to be a little fancy too with it, attack the inside, cut to the out, and then just bounce back in. Some kind of zone running.
Very clever moves, fancy footwork, but this is a 4-3 against them strong eye spread. It will be a run. Carolina doesn't fool anyone, but the hard-nosed attack of Harish Prasad up the gut gets 8?
I mean, you got to credit the O-line. Look at the hole.
Oh.
He just had to go through one linebacker. He does. And so now it's up to the safety, Bo Martin Jr., but Bo Martin Jr. just gets dragged down into the mud, rolled over, and that's 8 yards.
I mean, he's outmassed by all 3 of those linebackers by at least 45 pounds, though. So not just through one linebacker. Throwing up the gut again. Quintero gets another broken tackle. Sin City is now on their heels. I can see some of those defenders breathing a little hard after how this drive has gone. The run has established itself.
Absolutely. And Quintero, so slippery on the inside. Ooh, is this the first empty set we see from Carolina?
Look at this. It looks like a 4-3 with pressure, or a 3 dime odd with pressure coming off the weak side. Pass for the Skyhawks. No, he'll take off and run. Dunhill makes a move and gets a first down off the QB scramble because all the Samurai were playing the end zone.
Yeah, good decision, good read of the coverage. He saw right there, hey, there's nobody here. And I was about to shout, protect the ball, because the way he was holding it on the way to a first down there, Alex, looks sketchy, but he does protect it, gives the team first down, and look, heavy set, run again perhaps.
Probably going to be seeing a steady diet of it here, this time to the right side for Quintero, who gets shoved forward, tackled from behind, but all they do is drag him down. They don't stop him cold.
Must be on some kind of ice skate, just spinning and zipping in the inside. That's one of the more unique run styles, the agility type running.
Time to see 2 trains run into each other, folks. There's only one railroad track in town. Push up the gut. Nowhere, no way, no how. The Samurai get there. Stopped in the backfield is Prasad.
And we've been here before, Alex. 3rd and goal, 3rd and short.
From the 2.5 even.
2.5.
Deja vu.
We might see a touchdown or incentives by the defense. Who knows?
One way or another, we're going to get a showstopper here. 3rd and goal from the 2.5. Left side run. Quintero gets there. Diving, slipping underneath, and touchdown Skyhawks.
That was an incredible play. They pulled their guards to block on the left side. You see right there, the block was intense, and it was just touchdown heaven. They get 6. They get the lead. Carolina's on the driver's seat right now.
And with this kind of music playing, who can blame them after an extensive drive that takes forever and a day to elapse? 12 plays, 4 minutes 41 with less than 60 yards on it. How do you do it? A steady diet of running.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That true definition of ball control.
Carolina kicking it away after that one. We've been seeing a lot of wind coming out of that particular end zone. We got a strong breeze from one side of this field tonight, so keep an eye on those field goal ranges, folks. That may come into play. Patterson will take over after the touchback. Under center, 3 receivers out there. Talon Steele on the right side of the formation. Carolina shifting around. They like a man look here, operating out a nickel. That's Bob Lung going in motion. Possibly a zone set. No one move with Bob. Back to passes, Patterson. Pump fakes. Roll. Throws deep. And gets his man. How on earth did he even see that direction? I don't know, but that's why I'm not a quarterback, folks. Israel Adams was there.
It's just a protection. There was just... He pump faked, and whenever I see a pump fake, I think, oh no, that's more time for the pressure to collapse on him, but the O-line just stood strong. Scar Patterson had time, and he once again cooked the defense there.
1st and 10 after the big completion. Patterson looking for another one. Has time, throws deep again. Big catch. Talon Steele is somehow completely loses the defender on that one.
He just looks like he outmatches any of the defenders that Carolina can put on him. He put a safety on him. He's a huge target to throw to. Look at that. It's hard to miss him there, Alex.
It's almost impossible. Given the size of the man, he is, after all, a staggering 6'7", 263. 1st and 10 again. Play action pass. Rolling to his right is Patterson. Heaving it deep to a wide open Dillapre Sr. And that puts him on, I think, about the 5.
Yeah, and the coverage of Carolina is just being sliced and diced by Patterson. Some kind of cover 2 or man, and the middle of the field is just wide open. You saw right there, quarterbacks following the deep receivers on the edge. So nobody left in the middle. That was just easy pickings for Cincinnati.
So Carolina gets into the goal, into the red zone, into goal to go via only running. Sin City throws for the pass here and touchdown. What on earth? The Samurai answer back. Carolina decides to go to the ground. Sin City takes to the air. Back and forth we go.
In the blink of an eye. And also, what a play call. Line up in the heavy. Everyone on the line. They're expecting run. And they do expect run. They rush everyone and very little DBs left at the end zone. He finds his man, Scar Patterson. What a play call by this offense.
And with that being up and good, you can see the dichotomy of these 2 game plans. 4 plays, 80 yards, the complete package in barely over a minute.
Oh, felt like seconds.
It really did.
Over.
You blink and you miss it, folks. This offense is here to play, and now the return is finally here for the first kickoff. We see an actual return from Prasad, who brings it out to the 31. And now, with a little over 3 minutes left on all their timeouts, Carolina has a chance to try and score here to take the lead back and not give the ball back.
That's true. They do have, all the timeouts. They did run 12 run plays in their previous drive with no pass at all. So if they're gonna use up all this time, they definitely can, and they might.
Can and might, but will they? They might feel the pressure of playing from behind. Dunhill does seem that way. Throws to his right side. One-handed snag. The impressive extra effort by Adam Banks, who's having himself a day.
Yeah, Adam Banks, we talked about, the one drive where he kept running the drag routes. How about I just run a simple vertical route, outrun my defender, and then just shows his athleticism, the one-handed catch.
The one-handed catch, and then he hangs on to it despite the mean hit from Evan Lacey. Just a great effort there all around. Eye spread look, running to the right side. Prasad puts his shoulder down, manages to push past the safety, but not much more.
2 yards. Prasad, 3.7 yards per carry so far in the evening. But with 2nd and 8, also what they line up here, it's some single back formation. They might do either run or pass.
Probably our last play before the 2-minute warning, barring an incompletion. Will be a run to the left side. One broken tackle for Prasad, Quintero, who gets his shoulder in and gets dragged to even more glory by the defender. And that will be our 2-minute warning. Skyhawks making efficient use of the time so far. All 3 timeouts still available across midfield. Good progress so far. Sin City stacking the line in response to this. 3rd and 3. Oh no, and that stopped short. Grodick makes it 4th and 1. Just out of sheer will.
Wow. 3rd and short. They're going to punt it here. I thought, with the running people that they have, they could have gone for it.
Oh, it's a fake!
It's a fake!
It's a Heath punt, and it's incomplete! The flag's on the field. Is it DPI? Is it a fresh set of downs?
Who?
And it is! Roughing the passer! Not even what we thought! Oh no, that's just too late. I know you don't get many chances to hit the punter like that, but come on.
Alex, Malone Brown might be my player of the half. He had 2 incredible punts. He fakes the pass and baits the late hit on him. He risks his body for the 1st down.
What a legend. Malone Brown making one of the most impactful plays we've seen on this drive, and he didn't even complete the pass. 1st and 10.
That's true.
3 receivers on the field, but it's a run to the left side. Quintero breaks 1 tackle, but can't break a 2nd. And they are working the clock down to nothing while they press forward after the miracle gifted to them by the Samurai.
Yeah, but at some point, they got to go past here because this clock is just going to keep dripping.
They got all 3 timeouts. They don't seem too worried about it. Right side for Prasad, who gets the first down with the forward progress, and there's your first timeout call.
Well, I think they're just barely at 1st and 10 to the goal line. Just about, and maybe 1st and 10, 11 yards away, but they might pass here with this empty set.
Working out of the empty. Within the red zone, though, from the 16, right side, an incredible grab, touchdown, Skyhawks, and that's the halfback, Riley Quintero.
I am not surprised. He was a former wide receiver. This is nothing out of the ordinary from him. Running the post like a wide receiver. I don't know if his catch was over the plane. The referees say so, and we might not even get a challenge.
And it's inside of 2 minutes. We can't get a challenge, folks.
That's true.
I don't care what you think. That's our nice hands catch brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it, SFL 4K23. What an incredible snag and touchdown from a converted wide receiver. Hand in the air. We've got another lead change on our hands. This is our 4th lead change so far of the game?
I believe so, and that was probably one of the craziest singular drive I've seen, Alex. You have, run, pass, and then the fake by the punter is incomplete, but they get the 1st down anyway because of a penalty, and it was a crazy drive.
One that you'd have to see to believe. And so Sin City will take over. Delayed handoff action. Robert Johnson picks up 7. And we might be going to the half here. We might get a timeout, though.
We'll see if they can break for plenty yards here. I think the 40-yard line is kind of the sweet spot for their decision to go aggressive.
Run to the right side here. All kinds of space and time. Whoa, pirouette as well. What an effort by Logan Lee to try and get more.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like the way they're holding those timeouts that they're gonna try to go for it at all. They might throw a timeout the very last second for one final attempt, but doesn't look like they're gonna go for any points.
Samurai electing to be a little bit more conservative on the road, recognizing that Carolina withholding 2 timeouts means that Carolina, if they get a turnover, can be a threat. But there's time for Patterson to work. Throwing left side, incomplete pass. Looking for Dillapre Sr., who gets hit, and that one falls to the turf.
Yeah, that's just good coverage, end of clock, end of half defense. Keep everything in front of you. Don't allow anything deep, and you got a bonus. It's an incompletion.
9 seconds left on the clock. 3 receivers out there. It'll be a run to the right side. Robert Johnson with the carry there. Will pick up about 6, but that is the signal for the half. We will hear the gun. And folks, like I said, we're in for a shootout in the middle of one. 17-14, Carolina ahead. Mark, what are we thinking?
I mean, I'm thinking this is playoff atmosphere already. It's, you got 7-4 Carolina leading their division. Sin City Samurai hungrier to keep their hopes alive for the playoffs, and both teams playing out of their minds. This has been one spectacular game from both teams, right? And it's not like it's all offense. The defense has been there. We've had a few turnovers forced by both teams. Sin City, the one drive that against Carolina that they stopped at the 2-yard line. They have been pretty good. What a game. And it's just, we'll see what they do in the second half.
Folks, don't go anywhere because we've got even more football action for you. But first, let's take a quick halftime break presented by Brakes GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
An Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Folks, when you're looking, break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Brakes GPT. Featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more, Brakes GPT offers you the shot of winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors in our Brakes GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, brakesgpt.com. Kick will be returned here by Sin City, who's taking over since Carolina had the ball to start. Carroll gets it out to the 29-yard line. Decent return. Folks, I'm Alex West, and with me here is Mark Lopez. We are thrilled to be in the broadcast booth for this one.
Oh, yeah. Thrilled. I don't know about the fans. They might be more than thrilled. Everyone's heart rate's through the roof, I imagine.
With a first half like that, how couldn't you be? If you're not excited, you're dead, folks. This is a late handoff here. Sneaky job by Patterson, who fooled me on that one. 5-yard gain for Robert Johnson. I was duped.
He has been, fooling defenses all night tonight. That one in the end zone, they line up heavy. Turns out he's going to pass it. He's had some play actions all dotted throughout his resume tonight.
Another run to the right side, this time for Lee, who breaks a tackle in the backfield. Almost got brought down in the backfield for a tackle for loss. Instead, wills his way forward to make it 3rd and 4. Feels questionable.
He might have broken the tackle. I believe Mike Ryan with the initial hit, he might have broken that, but it was the hit that was enough to slow him down for the defense to collapse on.
Play action pass. Patterson rolling to his right, throwing deep, finds his man, Dillapre Sr. way down there, and it's the play action rollout again.
This one play that so far Carolina has no answer to, and so far they've been fooled both times. At least the way they've defended it, and they rushed the rusher, leaving the deep end open for Dillapre.
With how often they've been able to effectively run the football, that does open up that play action to beautiful results here. Patterson having to work again. Pressure coming up the seam. Look at Alan Steele, who gets absolutely obliterated by a safety with bad intention.
Yeah, I mean, that's number 99, Shravan, with finding himself actually deep in coverage. So good on him to cover that and make it difficult for Talon Steele. Talon Steele actually had the ball basically in his arms. What a dot by Scar Patterson.
Patterson doing his best in that particular play to no avail. He's been having a tough time because his receivers been getting hit all night. 6 and 14. I would not have guessed he's below 50% completion percentage, but here he goes. He's hit the backfield. Wiped out. What a sack.
Goes down, the first sack. Those rollout plays, on one hand, you know, they generate plenty yards because you move away from pressure. But if the pressure knows you're rolling out, they're going to get to you, and they sure did. Mojo McClain, sack number 1 in the season, and he gets it at the time of desperate need.
A time of desperate need turns second and doable into third and forever. 15 yards to gain for Patterson. All eyes on number 9.
Man coverage again.
Lung in motion, 2 and 2. He has receivers on either side. Throws over the middle, deep. Gets his target, Shea Carroll. First catch of the night.
Tristan Hatley basically split Carroll in half. But you know what wasn't split in half is his composure. Hangs on to this ball like it's nothing and goes down, sacrifices his body for the first down. What a play.
I've seen wrestlers get snapped to the mat nicer than that. That was a brutal hit. Run to the left side. No, it's another Patterson play action. Throwing deep end zone. No, not this time.
Yeah,
Abari Eaglet over the top.
Yep, there to provide extra coverage with 2 men on the receiver. That's going to be more difficult to catch.
Under center, single back, 2nd and 10. 3 receivers, though. Steele in motion from left to right. Carolina opting for a nickel, trying to contain this passing attack. Patterson has been unleashing so far tonight. This time, it's another play action. Throwing to the short check down, hits his man. And that's a quick, easy first down gained.
I mean, these play action plays, they're effective because they have an incredible run game that supports it, that complements it. And you got to respect the run. And so those passing lanes are opening up for Scar Patterson. Look at this, 8 for 17, 168 yards. He's almost 10 yards per attempt.
We know he loves to send it deep. He's having a great day so far, all things considered. But it'll be a run to the left side for Robert Johnson, trying to reestablish that run, but only getting a yard because of some excellent response by the defense.
Yeah, and the defensive line as well, clogging up the inside line, so they had to attack there on the outside.
Patterson now having to work. You see 7 of 10 on his last 10 with 123 yards worth. He's been having a day. Does he go again? End zone! It's intercepted though! It's a touchback in the end zone.
Shravan, he has been playing everywhere. The outside linebacker lining up as part of the 3 coverage team. And he picks the pick. What a play by the linebacker.
And he's just in the right place at the right time. Scar Patterson sees a linebacker there and thinks, oh, I have a free pass over the top to Talon Steele.
Right.
Looks for it. No such luck. Carolina's taking this the other way.
I think he forgot that Shravan has 6 interceptions in the season. That was number 7.
Oh, goodness. Lucky number 7 for Prasad here. Both Prasads looking to make an impact. Quintero on that carry picks up a good number of yards, keeping the Skyhawks on schedule. But I'm still reeling from that interception. Super chat here from Shravan Prasad. Yeah, buddy, you just managed to turn a drive on its head and end it with that interception.
If there's one thing you didn't miss was the catch on that pick.
Run to the right side for Prasad. Boom! Shoulder lowered, and that man went to the shadow realm.
Wow. You're right. Both Prasads making their impact here in the third quarter. And That was one guy sent to the Shadow Realm. Basically, his soul left his body in that hit.
Someone get the ice packs ready. First and 10 here. Could be air, could be by ground, but we're guessing run here. Quintero in the backfield. To the left side,
Nice.
eaten alive. As soon as the handoff was made, Samurai Mike All was in his face.
Yeah, that was a great play by All. He was on the outside, expected the outside run, and just avoided the offensive line entirely. Just met him right on.
Toss play to the right side. Trying to make up for it. Quintero breaks
Again.
one tackle, but can't get much more. Only 4 yards gained. Now it's 3rd and 8.
But again, you see that if he gets just one more extra block potentially, he could have broken, another tackle for more yards. His break tackling ability is pretty insane.
4 receivers against a dime look. Pressure coming. Left side goes.
Oh!
Open man. Shifting feet. Down the sideline. Nolan Pierce in the open end zone. Skyhawks have broken it open.
They didn't catch him, Alex. It was a foot race. Nolan Pierce. What? He just signed this guy to the track team as well.
And folks, this is why he's the #1 overall pick in this season's draft. 6'4", 225, and feet that sweet, he just can't be beat.
3rd receiving touchdown for the rookie. And by the way, prior to this game, he only has 6 receptions. So his touchdown to reception ratio is pretty insane.
That one is up and good. Carolina taking advantage of the turnover this time. Both teams have an interception, and both teams have gotten points off of those interceptions. So it has been a very important factor for both defenses. Now, which offenses? Carolina's offense so far is really breaking this one open.
Wow, look at that stat.
Wow, 65-yard bomb for Nolan Pierce is the longest play of the season for Carolina's offense. And you know that's got to feel great for a rookie. Just be able to be plugged in and provide that kind of spark.
That's true. He overtakes Chris Curtis, who had the prior longest play of 54 yards. But that's what you want to see. You're a rookie. You want to make your impact felt. That's how you do it. Get yourself a nice catch and a touchdown for your team. That was number 3 for him for the season, and he makes his pickup all the more worth it for Carolina.
Spread eye look against the nickel front. Patterson looking to work here, and he will. Throws right side, looking for his man, tries to hit Israel Adams, who has it go off the gloves.
Yeah, it was in Israel Adams' hands, or at least he had the target on him. Probably a little bit of pressure, a little bit of footstep heard there with the DB and makes the uncompletion, or perhaps it's the road game nerd.
2nd and 10. Patterson with 3 receivers to his right and a tight trip bunch. He will roll to his right, looking that way, deep, finding Al Delapre Sr. here to move the Samurai well across midfield.
Skippy Curtis had to hang on to him for dear life, as otherwise that was just end zone. Cover 2 right here, attacked on the seams, and 1-on-1 that time went Sin City's way.
And that one is also just a beautiful ball delivered by Scar Patterson to hit the outside shoulder. Now let's see if he rolls to his right again, since he has 3 receivers. No, it's a toss to the right this time. Johnson getting involved, and we have an injury. And it will be tragic to see, but Mike Ryan is on the ground. Free safety there. Carolina definitely needs and loves having him back there. He is able to get off under his own power, which we love to see. The home crowd is on their feet applauding him. It's now 2nd and 5. Sin City looking to take advantage. It's hard because this squad, Carolina, does have 3 safeties overall.
That is true.
Looks like a big fat eye against a 4-3. Getting a little crowded in the middle there. And it will be a run to the right side for Johnson. All kinds of blocking. He gets his shoulder down and pushes his way forward. Alan Eaglin cannot stop him short of the sticks.
Yeah, another case of a heavy back, running, pushing through the final tackler and just rolling over them. The power backs have been feasting tonight.
Feasting and beasting all night. Bob Lung going in motion from right to left here, trying to stretch and bend this Skyhawks defense. Play action, rolling to the left. Pressure coming, he's hit as he broke. Intercepted! Skyhawks taking advantage. The incredible hit forces a duck that's snatched away.
Carolina is going to make me lose my voice as the shrieks of terror coming out of me, forced by these picks. Look at this hit, forcing a duck as he called it. And what a pick right there. Who was it who made the pick from Carolina? Was that Stinson with the pick? I didn't quite catch a number. But it must have been a linebacker in the middle.
I think it was one of the backup linebackers in the middle. I missed who it was as well. It was Danny Stinson, 57 confirmed. Run to the right side. Skyhawks taking advantage. Can they take advantage off turnover again? Could be. Well, Sin City definitely needs to stand strong here or else this game could get out of hand.
Yeah, and with the ball on Carolina's offense, they're giving time as well for Mike Ryan to potentially come back in the field. Fingers crossed that it was just a minor injury.
Rolling to left, throwing to the left side, and that's an easy first down. That's a quick strike. Chris Curtis in motion.
Marcus Dunhill having a night for himself. 8 for 12 already tonight. Chris Curtis, second catch in the evening. He has thrown to all his wide receivers. All his wide receivers have a catch already. And updated catching numbers for Marcus Dunhill. 8 for 10 in the last 10.
Really hitting his groove. Run to the left side for Quintero, who breaks one tackle. The safety can't hold him. And he almost gets another one. He gets across the sticks before he's brought down.
And in the words of DJ Khaled, another one.
Another. It's just too hard to keep these backs down with how tough they're running, and Sin City looks to be a bit on their heels when they're not in that jumbo front. But that lets Dunhill beat you over the top. What do? Pick your poison. This time it's a run left side for Prasad, who puts his shoulder down, pushes someone backwards, and gets 6 yards.
And Gary Clem was actually showing pressure and rushing to the backfield, but he was just blocked before he could provide any kind of, backfield damage, and that was just enough for the 6-yard gain.
Crowding on the line, the Samurai listening to me maybe. Someone on the sideline has the broadcast feed, I swear. Run to the left side, Quintero in space. And no, stopped short. Just short.
Yeah. Well, they can go for this. I don't think they're going to challenge it since they have the personnel to go for it. And everyone's going to be on the line, I imagine, for Sin City. What kind of zone here?
That line to gain is so close you can't even see the line of scrimmage, and that's an easy pickup for Prasad, who just needs an inch and a half, but he gets at least a couple of yards.
Once again, scoring position for Carolina already. They're up 10. A field goal here puts them up 13. Not quite a 3-score game, but a touchdown here will change the score.
Running left side again. Quintero breaks a tackle again. It takes the safeties coming down to help out just to limit him to 4.
It's the outside blocking that's impressive, I find, Alex. Sin City show extra linebackers trying to attack the edge. Well, Carolina puts the tight end, the nature of the formation for those incredible blocks.
Big car crash coming. Left side, Prasad. And there he goes again. 5.5 yards gained. They're going to say 3rd and inches for the second time this drive.
And 3rd and inches is what they want to see because they've been getting almost all of these 3rd and inches.
Been a little bit too easy almost, you could say. Skyhawks trying to push left side for Quintero, who gets the first.
He almost did it as he cut horizontally. I thought he would be tackled while moving sideways.
Inside the red zone with a fresh set of downs, the Skyhawks hit the 4th quarter. And folks, we are in for it.
Wow.
Sin City down by 10. Carolina up 24 to 14, looking to extend the lead. Toss play to left side, looking for Quintero, who breaks one tackle but can't get away from the second one. He's just too hard to bring down, even for linebackers in the one-on-one.
Yeah, and this game plan, right? The last 15 plays in this half for Carolina, 13 have been run.
They have a game plan. They know to stick to it.
Ooh.
Right side for Prasad, who finally gets stoned behind the line. Big pickup there and a great moment in time for none other than Mark Grunick.
Yep, and it's their first 3rd and long in this drive. And so gonna have to pass here for sure.
Dunhill having to work with 4 receivers. He looks, steps forward, finds his man over the middle. In space, touchdown, Chase Earl.
Yeah, it was just man coverage, and it almost looked like cover 0 because it was just everyone man, no extra help defenders in the backfield. Maybe one extra deep safety, but wide open for a touchdown nonetheless. Carolina, very much so in the driver's seat. They're gonna have to hang on to this lead, and Sin City needs to find answers and needs to find them quick.
Putting their feet on the gas, or perhaps taking their hands on the throttle and pushing it all the way forward as they fly into the sky with a 17-point lead. Folks, we want the SFL to reach more people. Do you? The best way to do that is to smash that like button. Leave a comment on the video. Subscribe to the channel. You can help us reach all the people who need more football in their lives. Thank you for your support of the Virtual Football Network. Carolina kicking away to Samurai, who this one once again will go out of the end zone. Pushing them all the way back. Patterson, working from the 20, has to answer back here.
His team is now down 17 here, Alex. It's a 3-score game for all intents and purposes. With 9 minutes to go, they gotta find their answer. Hit back hard and quick.
Lung in motion, making it 2 and 2 on either side. There's 4 receivers out there, though. And it's a toss play to left for Johnson, who gets met in the backfield, shoulders his way forward to gain 3, but that is one where it just all went wrong from the snap.
It did. This is the exact play when when Ryan went down on the injury in the prior drive. The toss play, and went against Sin City this time, but look at this play here, Alex.
Tight little pass window to fit the coverage in. Patterson, who, by the way, hit 2,000 yards on the season with his first completion of the night. This one fits another one eerily similar to his first completion of the night, a tight window where he's hitting a receiver going on a post.
Yeah, his passing is pretty underrated, but it's also because he hasn't been throwing that much this season, so doesn't have all the chance to flaunt all his passing ability.
Toss play to left side for Johnson, who gets some space, breaks a tackle
goes,
across the first down marcher. Only 2 men, but they don't bring him down. It takes a whole swarm to get to him, but they get him eventually.
That play, the toss and bunch formation, it is no surprise that almost every coach has it in their back pocket. Look at how effective it is. 3 wide receivers blocking downfield. If you play man on defense, you're going to find yourself deep in your own backfield trying to tackle a running back in the name of Logan Lee. Good luck.
Weak eye spread against a nickel front. We've seen this a couple of times, but I think it's going to be Patterson throwing again out of this one. Sending a receiver in motion. And it'll be a look for Logan Lee, who gets stuck behind the line.
He gets stuck behind his own lineman, and Shravan there with an easy tackle off of that, I guess, missed run.
Shravan says, thank you for the free TFL. I'll add it to my stats for the day. 3 receivers, 1 offset, Steele on the left side of the formation. Patterson looking to throw. Pressure coming. Breaks a tackle. He takes off. And he's looking for the first down marker, but he can't get there. Brought down, puts his body on the line. Now it's 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4. We've seen them most of the time pass out of this down and distance. They are at scoring range. It might even be 4th down situation here.
Anything is possible. Throwing over the middle of the
nice.
seam, and there's a completion to Dillapre Sr., who's been reliable in this all night.
Reliable indeed is the good term. He has that's his 5th catch of the evening, although he has been targeted quite a bit of times. That would be the 11th target to him. 5th catch, over 100 yards now. You see there, 106. So that's cha-ching, money for him in the bank.
Talon Steele on the right side of the formation. Still 3 pass catchers. Play action for Patterson, who's rolling right. Throws deep, looking for the end zone. Dillapre Sr. again, but he gets hit. No chance to catch it.
Yeah, he knew it was going his way. He saw him climb the ladder there trying to make the catch, but either overthrown or just pushed out of his route enough that the pass did not connect.
2nd and 10 here. Same formation, but this time Johnson is going out wide as a pass catcher. Now no one's in the backfield. Looking is Patterson. Pressure's coming. Looks left side. Throws, and that's not complete either. Once again, the safeties are hitting these receivers as hard as they can.
The hits, the physical hits, and we talk about defenses getting tired out there the longer they are in the field. How about the offenses getting more broken down the more hits they take like this? 3rd and long, though, for Scar.
3rd and long, and a critical one. This is a make or break. It'll be a play action. Rolling to his left. The defenders are fooled. Deep ball. Touchdown. Sin City gets one back.
Finally. So that's their first score in a long while. They put up 6, cut the score to an 11-point game, a 10-point game pending the extra point. 7 minutes to go. They needed this here, Alex, and Scar Patterson delivered.
They needed this score. They needed this drive. Scar Patterson finally delivering, like you said. And now the defense gets to put up another heroic stand to give Patterson one more chance at the football.
They'll need every help they can from this defense. A turnover, anything.
Anything and everything will count, but you know what else counts, folks? Week 14, it may be wrapping up today, but Mike Daggs and Gerald Smith will be kicking off the final week of the regular season on Friday at 7:15 Eastern with the Matt Wilson Kickoff Show. Keep an eye out for the flexed Week 15 dates and times for the final matchups. It's all right here on the VFN. The turn here for Prasad, who puts his shoulder down to show off some special teams acumen, but gets out to the 28-yard line. And now it's just a question of how aggressive do you want to be if you're Carolina?
You're up 10. I think with 7 minutes on the clock, up 10, that means Sin City has 2 possessions to potentially score. Then your goal will be to limit the time they have left. If they're going to go aggressive, they better make sure it counts. But I'm guessing they're going to run as they have always all night long.
And they're showing 4 receivers, perhaps to soften that box up a bit. Sin City looking at nickel, and it will be a run up the gut for Quintero, who goes to get 4.
You're absolutely right, Alex. That 4-man wide receiver unit forcing the defense to line up with a single linebacker. What does that mean? Your inside defense against the run is a little softer, and it showed. It's a 4-yard run. Could have been more if if the tackle was broken, but they'll take it.
2nd and 6 with a run to the right side for Prasad, who breaks a tackle but gets stuffed as he gets only about 2 yards off. Lacey laying the hit.
I guess both offenses are getting the hit on their running backs and the receivers. What a hit by Lacey.
And now 3rd and manageable, but it feels like you need to pass here. Carolina agrees. Empty back, looking against a nickel front. Will be blitzes coming. Time for Dunhill, who lowers left side, wide open. Chris Curtis, who just found himself in open space.
Yeah, it was open space. It looked like the quarterback covering him was just in too deep of a coverage. Kind of the downside of cover three, expecting deep passes, but they don't need a deep pass. They needed 4 yards. Chris knew that. He just run some medium length hook route, and that was enough to make himself open.
Now Dunhill with 3 receivers. There will be another passing play. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hitting his man, running a post. This time it's Adam Banks, who has been getting a steady diet of football tonight.
Surprisingly, in this drive, that's 2 passes and kind of a little flip of the switch as far as their MO goes tonight. Although, how about this? Dunhill, 75% completion rate and 16 pass attempts and 4 touchdowns. They've been running all night. Yeah, they've been making the damage on the air as well.
It's been extremely efficient work through the air and on tight windows as well. Now with an empty backfield, sending a receiver in motion. That's Pierce, who had a touchdown earlier. 3 receivers all on the right-hand side. Only 1 on the left. And it will be a roll to the left. Throwing to the seam. Intercepted. Sin City gets it back. This game is not over, folks. Matt Brownick has something to say.
It's not over. It's a much-needed turnover because the way things were going, Carolina was on pace to be in scoring range for field goal. That's why you needed the turnaround turnover to give your offense a chance. Now, they're down 10 here, Alex. They need 2 scores, 4 minutes to go. This has to be a quick drive.
We've seen them do it. We saw 4 plays, 4 passes, a minute 20, and they went 80 yards. Can they replicate it? If they... Empty backfield. Scar Patterson is going to the air. We all know it. It is in it. He's brought down in the backfield. 5 yards back.
Phil Hall finally gets his name called for the first time. That's his first statistic of the evening with a sack. And that's going to set back Sin City, 5 yards and more time on the clock.
And that clock is ticking away. It is not the Samurai's friend. They know it. They've got to get a move on, and they feel the pressure. This time, it's 4 receivers, 1 back in the backfield, but that's a route being run. Throwing to the left side. Big hit and fade. Incomplete.
So close. That was a good run route as well, and some kind of a corner route by Shea Carroll. And unfortunately, just hit on his back as he was about to make the catch. Enough to make the catch hard to be brought down, and it didn't.
Feels like most of this night, the difference between Dunhill and Patterson is Patterson's been trusting his receivers in these one-on-one situations where Dunhill has been hitting the open man. Patterson is seeing some punishment for it. Play action. Throwing up the seam. Gets his man. But that's not going to be enough to move the chains. Israel Adams is 3 yards short.
But they will have to go for it here, as you see their offense on the huddle right there. Going to bring out everyone in the quads look.
Quads against dime. 3 yards to gain. Game on the line.
So. Oh!
Oh!
He makes the catch! No, he doesn't!
Incomplete! Almond England defends the ball.
Almond England with the well-timed hit there. Sends his powers down to earth and delivers the hit here to force the turnover on 4th down, Alex. It's time to start hammering the nails on this coffin.
It's time to put this one to bed, and Carolina agrees. Smash Mouth football time. They're on the 28. They don't even want to score. They just want to make the clock go bye-bye. Sin City packing 8 on the line here. It's time for some big push. Run to the left side. 1 broken tackle for Quintero, but nothing more. 3 yards gained, but he's good for almost 1 every single run.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and also on one end, they're in field goal kicking range, so they're just primed to extend the lead even more.
Field goal doesn't do anything for you majorly, but it does mean that you get ahead by 13. It means that Sin City cannot score a touchdown and a field goal to tie. It means that they have to score 2 touchdowns. So, yes. Not ideal, but still something. Front. Working that play clock. Snap, run to the left side. Pushing, shoving, Prasad gets brought down at the line. Nothing gained. But that will take us, and the clock will tick down. That's our last play before the 2-minute warning, which is coming up shortly. Folks, you are watching simulation football action here on the Virtual Football Network. This week on VFN will feature SFL tonight, the UFL Monday and Wednesday, as well as the SFL-M Championship game, and the SFL's final week of the regular season kicking off Friday. There is your 2-minute warning.
Minutes, the faded glory of a win and getting yourselves into the playoffs for Carolina.
Carolina wins, and they're definitely in. They're already on top of the division, looking to give the home crowd a reason to party. Run to the right side for Quintero, who breaks one tackle but gets swallowed up after only 2 yards. 4th and 5, timeout called, and Carolina is going to settle for 3.
Settle for 3. If you're Sin City, you got 2 timeouts. You got just under 2 minutes, even less with this kickoff here. Miracle is what they need.
A miracle. It's not out of the question. Field goal is up. And it's wide! He pushes it outside. Malone Brown hangs his head in shame.
Well, the touchdown and field goal is now back on the menu for Sin City. It's still tough here with 1 minute 52, but it's essentially a turnover and a field goal.
It's a little less difficult, but still concerning. You've only got 2 timeouts to work with. A little under a minute, or a little under 2 minutes left on the clock. Lucky that they missed that when they did. Patterson looking, throwing left side, almost complete, but the big bone-crunching hit sends Shea Carroll to the turf.
Patterson not looking too hot the last several passes. You see right there, 5 for 10 in the last 10. He is 44% for the evening and 29 pass attempts. He needs his wide receivers to make these catches in one-on-one coverage.
Tristan Hatley there saying, no, you will not be making that catch in one-on-one coverage. Thank you very much. Patterson having to try again. Throws, hits his man this time. Dillapre Sr. in motion. Sin City calls their second timeout. Only 1 left.
I will say the one thing, the downside of the game plan they have so far is they've almost only exclusively thrown in the middle of the field, Alex. They don't seem to have any outside passes to get their receivers out of bounds.
And when they've been throwing them, they've been getting hit, and it's falling to the turf again and again. See if they have any better luck now. Patterson, right side this time, hits Talon Steele, going the outside post route, but he's brought down inbounds. Final timeout for the Samurai. That hope is dwindling a little bit more each passing play.
They'll need some huge run after the catch here. 41 yards away, a 41-yard play to cut this lead in one play. Play action.
This time will be a play action. All kinds of time for Patterson. Throwing right side, hits
there you go.
Dillapre Sr., who's downfield and gets tackled out of bounds to stop the clock.
And that's key. Out of bounds. Give yourself time, a chance to regroup and make another play. Don't rush it here. 133, that's also a good time to put yourselves 21 yards. Alex, they've had a 24-yard, a 30-yard, a 28-yard, and a 25-yard completion tonight. They can score it in one go here.
Could happen, but will it? Quads look. Nope, there's a receiver that's going in motion here. We're going to see some offset action, overloading the right side of the field. Shea Carroll in motion. Looks like a dime. Be a play action. Patterson again, rolls to his right, fires, end zone, almost intercepted. Alvin Eaglin was there.
Once again, he's there. Sin City, you could tell that they were smelling the end zone. They were aiming for it. But you know who else was aiming for the end zone? It's Alvin Eaglin. He just posts himself right there, jumps and makes the catch. Hard to catch.
2nd and 10, 3 receivers on the left this time, trying something different. Patterson will not roll out, but he will throw left side, and that's incomplete. Attacking up the seam. Adams has it bounce off the glove.
That's unfortunate. You got to get that in clutch situation. Israel Adams, perhaps a little nerves here to end the game, as had time to make the catch and hang on.
3rd and 10 with an empty backfield. No chance of sending the run here. It's all air all the time. Patterson will look. Has all the time he needs, but he's hit
It's a foul. Oh,
It
they get
goes
it
loose.
again?
Somehow the Samurai recover it, but that is a near
Yikes.
death now. 4th and forever.
That also keeps the clock going, I believe, here. Does it? Does it not?
We will
Oh,
see
no,
here in a
because
moment.
a fumbles keeps the clock
Oh no,
going.
that's not a change of possession. The clock is live and ticking. So
Good
Franz,
choice.
because they're down 10, they will call on Charles Franz to do it. He's got a 50-yarder in it so far already, and he bangs this one home to make it a 7-point ball game. That puts him at 25 of 26 on the season. Great job so far, rookie. Only one missed field goal last week.
His only miss was last week, for sure. Squeezes this one in. That sack making this kick harder for him to. Onside kick.
And into a headwind at that. But now the onside kick, we will see it. Sin City needs this or else the ball game is over. Bouncing away, nope, recovered by the Skyhawks. And the home crowd takes to their feet. Popcorn's flying everywhere. The playoff spot has been secured.
In and win, or win and in, and they did secure a victory here to end the game. Onside kick, making sure there's no doubt that this is a victory. And it's been a pleasure here, Alex. Both teams smashing the over-under of 38.5. A grand total of 55 scored tonight.
An absolute shootout is what I wanted, and it's what I predicted, and it's what we got, folks. One to remember as we see victory formation come out. Marcus Dunhill takes his first knee. The clock will wind down. He only has one more that he needs to make to send everyone home happy. And I tell you what, I'm happy with the show we got today. Both offenses firing on all cylinders, but it wasn't like it was just offense. Both defenses really pushing their weight.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. It might have been flashy fireworks with huge running for a touchdown, but the defense with the turnovers forced and the sacks and the end game sack to the fumble. Great stuff by both defenses.
Another kneel down for Dunhill, and that will be your final play of the ball game, folks. This one will tick down ever so slowly to 0. Carolina advancing themselves up to 8-4. Sin City now at 6-5, hoping to win out just so they can get to 7 wins. That's the magic number. Win 7, and you might be in. Carolina exceeding it. Then there the clock strikes 0. Carolina on top. Give me your thoughts, Mark.
I mean, this is definitely an instant classic as far as, games go prior to the playoff. Your must-win game for both teams, and everyone played their hearts out. Sin City, with the early start, you see right there 7-0 in the first quarter to put points off of a turnover. But Carolina fought back. They fought back hard. Look at that second quarter, 17 points there. And then they just clamped down at the end there. They were up 13 points at one point, and they didn't look back. I think, you look at the playoff now, this is going to make things interesting. Sin City now 6-5 with one more game to go. And the playoffs are looking very chaotic down there at the bottom of the wild card.
Getting awful chaotic, awful swirly, folks, but this has been a great one to see. I've been Alex West. With me is Mark Lopez. In the stats truck is Takeda Yuki and Tristan Hatley. Thanks all for coming out, and y'all have a great night.